I was having a rummage through my assorted shite drawer looking for something unrelated when I came across this. This is a string butler. I received this at the time I was modifying my Gibson Flying V. Its purpose is to bring the strings into alignment as they pass through the nut on a 3-side headstock. I used the posts from one to create this custom string alignment truss cover, which String Butler have since made into a production unit, and I'm still awaiting the royalties for giving them the idea. However, with the purchase, repair and modification of my Gibson Resurrection SG, its period of drawer abeyance is at an end. I finally have an appropriate headstock to make use of this little string wrangler. Gibson-style headstocks are notorious for the G and D strings just not staying in tune. This SG is no exception. The fault falls largely at the feet of the nut and the way the strings abruptly bend as they leave their slots. This creates a pinch point which can cause the string to bind, preventing the string returning to its original position after actions that change the string's tension, such as bends or use of the vibrola system. We can alleviate this by having the strings run straight through the nut slots without kinking, like many other more sensible headstock designs. The String Butler installs under the 1st and 6th string tuning posts and uses rollers to guide the string into correct alignment. This is a technique that Gibson themselves implemented on their completely impractical modern headstock. Yes, this is a real guitar Gibson decided to make in the 80s. With the String Butler installed, the strings align correctly with the slots in the low-friction Graphtec nut, and should give this guitar the best possible chance of staying in tune. Now obviously installing one of these doesn't mean I'll never have to tune the guitar ever again. It's not an Evertune bridge. All this is doing is minimising the chances of one of the strings sticking in a nut slot. This is still an SG with a vibrola on it. It's going to go out of tune eventually. Just now it goes out of tune a little bit less often than it did before, and less time spent tuning and more time spent playing is always an upgrade worth making. If nothing else, this video is just a good excuse to show off the SG again and how great it sounds going through the orange AD30. A perfect pairing for this 1970s style big guard, big vibrola SG standard with the P90 pickups. The guitar I always wanted and the one Gibson never made. In this video's description you will find links to where to get yourself a string butler, as well as a number of different SG flavoured guitars and all the other equipment I was using to get sounds in this video. You'll also find in there a link to my Patreon. Your financial contribution there helps me make the videos that we all want to see and lessens my reliance on sponsors and ads to keep the lights on. Don't forget to click all the other buttons you're supposed to make this video viable to the ever-changing whims of the YouTube algorithm. That's all for now. Keep it loud and stay safe. Does anyone even still care about these silly little bits at the end?